August 20th, 2025, and I am checking in.
DVWB, Daily Vlogs with Blake.
Alrighty, gang, we're going to do an entire wardrobe change in a second here. I have a lot of productive stuff that I need to get done today, but I just got off of work, and I wanted a Happy Meal, and I'm not going to do a whole, lunchtime with Blake situation, but what I am going to do is do a little unboxing of whatever toy I ended up getting, because, yeah! Sorry. I'm really fucking excited. So, they currently have the coolest collab ever, right? As you can see by the box, they got Hello Kitty with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There are 3 that I want, right? I wanted the Cinna one with Cinna and Michelangelo, right? I wanted the Hello Kitty one with Hello Kitty and Raphael. And I got that one, right? The Hello Kitty Raphael one. The first time I went, I got the Cinna one with Michelangelo, right? And there was one last one that I wanted, and it was Kuromi. Did I pronounce that right? I'm always confused about if it's Kurimi, whatever. The character with the spiky horns, whatever, right? I wanted them with Michelangelo, and you'll never fucking believe who I just got. I only got 3 of these Happy Meals, and I got all 3 of the ones that I wanted! Let's go! Anyways, the rest of this video is going to be so low energy compared to that. I screamed. I was so excited about this that I screamed. That's kind of funny. Oh, dude, I'm so sick. I'm so sick. Did I say I'm so sick? I'm so excited. I think that's what I meant to say. I have no idea. Anyways, I'm going to be going to Lowe's, so I will see you guys in a little bit when I'm on my way to Lowe's. Okay, I'm about to head over to Lowe's, but if I'm being totally honest with you, I have no idea what I'm looking for except for the wood side of things. My dad gave me a list of, carriage screws. I don't know what the fuck that means, or carriage bolts. Something like that, some super long bolts that I need to get. I know for sure I need to get 2 4x4 woods. I need to get them the 8-foot long because I need 4 of those that are 44 inches tall, so that should be good. And then I know that I need 2x6s. I don't know what the fuck 2x6s are, though. So when I get there, I'm going to try to, look at the signs and see if I can hopefully figure it out. I think I should be able to, but I'm conflicted and confused and concerned, and I think I'm scared. But we're going to figure this out, and then I'm going to do a little haul situation when I got everything and I have it back here. Alrighty, gang, wood acquired. I'm kind of upset. This piece looked really decent, and then I brought it out to my car, and it is warped as fuck. How fun! How funsies! It's gonna be great! On the bright side, I got massive fucking bolts, and I will say something that I just discovered. Apparently 6 inches is fucking gigantic. I was looking at the size bolts that I needed, and I'm like, there's no way those are fucking right. I was like, this has to be in the wrong spot. So I literally went and asked somebody. I was like, hey, where would your 6-inch carriage bolts be? And they took me to the exact spot that I was just looking at, and I'm just like, wow, 6 inches is fucking gigantic. I'm looking at it like there's no fucking way that's 6 inches. So that's interesting. That was fun to find out. Look at that, though. Nice wood. Nice wood. Alrighty, gang, but now for the actual haul. I bought myself some black paint so I can paint this wood down. It says on it that it's good for wood, so I'll take their word for it. I got myself a little paintbrush so I can paint the wood. Yeah, it says wall and trim, but I don't care. It's what I need. I was told to get 16 of these, so I got 16 of these. Those are kind of fucking expensive. I also got 16 of these little bolt situations. And then, onto the big boys, we got the woods. We got 6 of those 2x6x8s. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I have no idea what the fuck we're doing with those. I genuinely have no idea. I'm very fucking clueless. But my dad was like, yeah, I think you need 6 of those. I don't know where the fuck they're going for people who do not know. Because I don't know if I explained it. This is stuff to kind of prep making my bed frame, because on Saturday night, it's supposed to be my first night in the new house, and I don't have a bed frame. And the bed frame that I had a vision of, I'll put a little concept picture of it up on the screen, is really fucking cool. And the way that I was going to make it was very simple, very basic. But my dad was like, oh, I have another project I can help with? Oh, I can do another project. Oh, I would love to do another project. So yesterday, when I was in the pool enjoying some alone time, my dad came in there. He was just like, what's your vision for your bed? And I showed him, concept picture. And he was like, okay, so here's what you need. And I was like, I had a great idea of what I needed. I needed things for the post, which was what the 4x4s were, which was what I was getting. I was going to get 2 of those so I could cut them down. They need to be exactly 44 inches tall. And then I'm going to take the base from my current bed. Hold up, let me show you. Just the black parts that it's sitting on, right there. There's plywood underneath that, and that's holding up my entire bed. So I got these cube organizers that are going to be at the foot of the bed, head of the bed, right? I was going to get those 4x4s, right? Make them the same height and size of those cube organizers, because those cube organizers on their own can hold up to 180 pounds. Spoiler alert, I am a little bit more than that. And then obviously a mattress also is going to weigh a little bit. So we have one of those at the foot of the bed, one of those at the head of the bed. I was going to get those 4x4s for extra support. And then I was going to get another 4x4, so I would have 3 in total, so I could do post on the middle So one on the middle on one side, one on the middle on the other side. But my dad was like, you need 2x6 by whatever the fucks those are. So we got them. I don't know what I'm doing with them yet, so I don't know if I'm painting them or cutting them down or what I'm doing. He said he was going to bring up the saw yesterday. I'm not seeing it anywhere. So, but genuinely, I'm just so lost right now. So I'm going to cut down the 2x4s, not the 2x4s, the 4x4s that I know what I'm dealing with. And until my dad gets here and explains his vision better, I kind of can't do anything else. How fun! All of the fun stuff. All of the fun stuff. My first line of business, though, however, is going to be getting that wood out of right there because I feel like my mom's going to kill me if she comes home and she sees that right there. Okay, and here's going to be a fun little time lapse of my dad kind of teach me how to use this circular saw and explain to me that you need to rotate it and cut it each side. So here's me doing it. I was really struggling with this, I'm not going to lie. In fact, I think I got the wrong size for all of the cuts that I made, but that's okay because we're going to end up making it work because at the end of the day, wherever there is a William, there is also a William. I said that backwards. You know what I meant. And then here's me trying to get the cuts down on the 2x6x8s or whatever, and I ended up not being able to finish this task because the saw died. But me and my dad actually went to a spontaneous concert. We went and saw the band The Red Clay Strays, and that was pretty damn cool. I had a good time with that. But I'm actually going to go ahead and cut into the next day where I actually got more productive stuff done here. Yeah, future editing Blake here. I am currently editing 7 videos, and I realized that this video and tomorrow's video both would have been about 7 minutes long, and both of them would have been not very eventful. So instead of doing 2 separate videos, I'm going to crop them all together. So ignore the intro for this next video. Alrighty, gang, today is August 21st, 2025, and I am checking in!
DVWB, Daily Vlogs with Blake.
I don't know why the hell I yelled that. That was a little loud. That was a little excessive. I really probably did not need to do that. But today is a very exciting day. What are we going to be doing today? You might be asking. Well, I'm so glad you asked. We've got a bunch of wood to paint. Whoop, whoop. Painting party. Did somebody say painting party? I just said it. Yeah, that's what I just said. Anyways, the wood that I need to paint. There's 3 boards right there. And then, did I not finish cutting that? Oh, I didn't because the saw died. Okay, well, I need to finish cutting that piece of wood. And then I'm going to paint all of those. And then there's some 4x4s somewhere. I think they're in the garage, actually. I don't know why I thought they were out here. They're in the garage. But yeah, we're going to start doing that. And then I'm going to cook dinner for De La Familia one last time while I still live with my parents. This is going to be the last dinner I make under my parents' roof. I'm kind of sad about it. But not that sad because I'm going to not live with my parents anymore. Oh my God, it's hitting me. Oh, it's hitting me. It's okay, though. I'm totally going to be fine. I think it's really funny. One of my coworkers, somebody who was probably one of my favorite people that I've worked with and spent time with in the last 3 years, said goodbye to me the other day. I felt nothing. Today, I had a conversation with one of my coworkers who I'm literally going to see tomorrow, and I almost started sobbing. So, tomorrow's going to be rough. Alrighty, so my original plan was to do the painting outside, but it sounds like it's about a storm, and there are clouds coming my way. So, because of that, it definitely probably wouldn't be smart to paint outside because the paint will probably get wet and things will get wet and things won't dry right. So I'm bringing everything inside. That does create one small issue for me though, which is I need to make sure I don't make a mess of this carpet. So conveniently for me, forever ago, me and my sister bought a pair of twin size mattress sheets and we got them specifically for a photo shoot that we never ended up doing. So this pair of black twin size mattress sheets can be ruined. So I'm just going to throw this under that horse and hopefully it's long enough and it's good enough that it can kind of prevent that from getting messy. That'd be awesome. Okay, so we went ahead and got that all set up. I think that it looks really good. There is a couple of spaces where I'm like, it's a little close, but I feel like for the most part, I have all the space in the world, so that's really good. Unfortunately, with me doing it this way, though, I can only do 3 at a time, and I don't know how long this paint takes to dry. So, fingers crossed, it's less than an hour. I'm going to go ahead and time-lapse this, me painting these, and I'm going to start watching a movie. Because fun fact for people who do not know, I have multiple YouTube channels. This one's all my vlogging stuff and actually like personal stuff that, you know, if you want to know me, watch this channel. But I have another YouTube channel where I talk about movies and I'm starting a new series, 100 Films in 100 Days. And I kind of need to start watching movies before I start that because life happens and sometimes I'll lose track of days. So I want to go ahead and watch some movie tonight and we'll figure out what that is in a second. Alrighty, and for anybody who is curious what movie I end up going with, the original Alien movie from 1979, I've never seen it, but I'm kind of curious. It's 2 hours long. We're going to go ahead and throw that on. And then I'm going to do a little time lapse of me painting. Okay, and I'm low-key so mad at myself because I did not really get a great angle of this. So I'm painting the tops of these boards of wood right now, and you honestly can't even really see it. You can just see that I am, in fact, moving a brush all over the wood, but
you can't see what I'm doing, but overall, this actually didn't take me nearly as long as I thought it was going to, and I'm actually insanely excited. The paint dried pretty damn fast, so you see at the end I just painted that. I'm pretty much good to go ahead and start flipping these and painting the other sides.
I realize in retrospect that that time lapse probably wasn't super great because I didn't put it at an above angle, so you literally could not see the majority of this painting being done. But look at that, it's pretty beautiful, and I'm not gonna lie, maybe I'm just really optimistic. That looks like that's already pretty dry, and I'm really confused. I might actually be able to flip these and go ahead and paint the other side like almost immediately. Also, I got some company. Look at them, aren't they a bunch of little cuties? They're a bunch of little cuties. Also, about like 10 minutes into this movie, I'm liking it so far. I think it's pretty great. Alrighty, and I finished painting all 5 boards of wood, and I finished my movie. And I will be honest, I think it's really good. The first Alien movie really survives the test of time. Like, if you had showed me that movie and I didn't watch it on a streaming service where it tells you what year it came out and you had me guess what year it came out, I probably would have guessed late 80s, early 90s. The fact that that movie came out in 1979 is really cool. Alrighty, gang, and now it's time to start making dinner. So I'm going to be starting off with shredded potatoes. I'm making a breakfast casserole and then French toast. So starting off with these, I want to cook these on the stove for just a little bit. I don't want to cook them all the way because my plan is to use that as the bottom of an entire breakfast casserole. So I only really need to cook those for about like maybe 5 or 6 minutes on a medium heat. So while that's starting to cook up, I'm going to go ahead and get my casserole dish ready. I literally only want to line the bottom of this with this. So this hopefully is going to cook down a decent bit. And if it doesn't, that's okay. We'll have extras. I'm already going to go ahead and have a bowl set to the side for if we have extras.
And those are the seasonings that I'm going to be using for those potatoes.
Okay, and I think that actually ultimately ended up being like the perfect amount. Look at that, that's perfect. And then we're gonna go ahead and start cooking up some sausage links. And now while those bad boys are cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up a bell pepper over here. Okay, now you're gonna wanna go ahead and put these sausages on the cutting board. So we're literally just gonna go ahead and throw in those bell peppers on the same pan and then transfer those sausages onto that cutting board. Okay, now we went ahead and threw our peppers on top. We're gonna quickly slice up these sausage links and throw those up top as well. And for anybody who's like, hey Blake, why didn't you just use ground sausage? Because I'm trying to be resourceful and more financially responsible. I already had those. I did not have ground sausage. So, take that.
Okay, and then here I mixed everything together, threw in some leftover bacon that I had from something else, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some eggs. I have 4 pictured here. I ended up using 6. And then we're going to throw that all together in the oven at 400 degrees and start prepping the stuff for our French toast. Starting off with 3 eggs, we're going to whisk those together, add in your favorite coffee creamer. This is my little trick that I like doing. And then add in, obviously, some cinnamon and some vanilla. And then now, whenever you go to make your French toast, you want to put a lot of butter on the pan, dip the toast in that egg wash mixture, and then just cook it on both sides for about 2 or 3 minutes. And while I was doing this, I also threw cheese on the casserole. So this is kind of what the final product looks like. Yummy, delicious.
Alrighty, I hope VoiceOver Blake didn't bore you too much because now we have the last thing I'm working on today. 4 more posts of wood. Need to paint those black as well. And then we've done all the painting. Isn't that exciting? I still have a bunch of wood that I need to like stain, but that's a problem for future Blake. Future Blake can deal with that problem. I just need to paint these bad boys and then I'm done. Yeah, baby! Anyway, so one last time lapse for you guys.
And now, because Tony Stark learns from his mistake, I actually fixed the camera angle, got out my tripod so that I could angle it down, and you can see all of the wood. And you're actually getting some nice little glamour shots of me actually painting the wood and coloring it in. Once again, because this paint dries really quickly, this made it super easy because I was doing 4 at a time. I could just do one, do another, and then it'll dry. And then I was literally able to get all 4 of these done in what felt like to me about 35 minutes. I think the time lapse said it was actually 40, but this was a pretty good, smooth paint job. I loved it.
Alrighty, gang. Well, that was officially everything for this video. I officially painted my 4 posts. I painted whatever the fuck all of those are going to be, and they're all black now. Yippee! 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 Anyways, so yeah, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming and checking it out. I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching, and hopefully the next moving vlog is going to be me actually fully setting up my room and it being prepared. That'll be sick. Anyways, but yeah, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bow, bow, bow.